to this forum where we are discussing pertinent issues about our society. And today I want to really discuss something that it's very close again to my heart. Everything I discuss is close to my heart, from our community, how we live our lives as young people, how we can grow ourselves into responsible people, citizens who can be useful to our country, our communities, and everything. And as you know, we are in the electioneering period. And I can tell you, this is one of a crazy election I've seen. Guys have come out in large numbers to run for various political seats. And the people who have given themselves up for leadership, I look at some of them, I try to analyze what is their stand. I try to decipher what is really driving them to go and give out themselves for leadership. And it leaves my heart so sad, because as a country, I think we have lost the way somewhere. We have become a country that is led by greed. We have become a nation that is just I have no idea that we've left the real thing that is supposed to guide us in everything that we do, which is our conscience, our beliefs, our constitution, our desire for better governance, so that we are able to have a leadership that can take us to the next level. This country has a huge potential. When I look at our young people, every day when I wake up, I see our young people in the matatu industry. They work so hard to earn a living. I look at how they are harassed by the police and I feel sad. When I come to the streets of Nairobi, seeing our hawkers trying to hawk their wares so they can earn a living, I feel for them. When I see mothers with children on their backs running up and down so that they can earn a living, a genuine living, I feel extremely disheartened and sad. Because as a country with a budget that is hitting trillions of shillings, we should not be having what we are seeing today. Our health sector should be working. Our education system should be working. Our young people should be absorbed in the job market every moment they graduate. And when I look at developed world, when I read their histories, I read about men and women who sacrificed so much to build what we know as today the first world. And I asked myself, do we have such kind of sacrificial leadership that can stand up and say, hey, let us stop feeding our greed first. Let us look at the bigger picture. Look at all over. There are posters all over. Guys are spending millions of shillings to campaign. And one thing that is worse about it is the violence. Young people are being used by politicians to perpetrate violence against fellow citizens just because they hold a different opinion from them. We've just had the primaries, the nominations in both coalitions, and there have been violence. There have been claims of rigging. And I ask myself, if somebody can rig, can try to falsify figures, can try to use crude methods to win a nomination ticket for a political party, because they know if I have this ticket, it means I'm assured of getting that position, then we are living in a country that my friend calls a thug country, where we have thug leaders, we have thug church leaders, everybody's a thug. And we are so much singing to their tunes. I see young people in the place where I stay. Young people are riding motorbikes, running all over, shouting. And at the end of the day, what are they being given? Handouts. 100 bob, 200 bob. These are young people who have lost hope for employment. They have nothing to do. They wake up waiting to hear that moment, hey, let's go and campaign. And the campaign involves a lot of shouting, violence, so much wasted energy. And my soul cries because we are going to elect a leadership that has no conscience. For me, I believe this. If somebody sat down and reflected and decided to run for a political office, and they said, I'm going to offer myself for leadership, a party ticket should never be a consideration. They should offer themselves to the electorate. They should explain their vision to the electorate. They should say, if you vote for me, I'm going to do A, B, C, D. Whether I am in this party or that party, we should be able to disassociate leadership from party politics. Political parties have become money-minting vehicles for a few people. When those guys pay those huge nomination fees, they will do everything to get that ticket. And when they use millions of shillings to campaign, be sure when they get in that position, the first thing will be they have to recover their investment. Leadership should be about ideology. Kindly, I'm requesting you, kindly vet all those men and women who are giving themselves for leadership. Do they have the right ideology? What is the idea about sewerage in Nairobi? What is the idea about youth empowerment and employment of young people? What is their plan, how they are going to address the pertinent issues that are affecting us as a society? We want to build a healthy nation where citizens are responsible. My prayer is that we will stop this issue of making an individual the center of politics instead of ideologies and ideas. That people must not coalesce together to convince us to vote for them. Stop thinking about your tribe. Stop thinking about your political party. Think about Kenya. When you take that stone and throw it to a fellow Kenyan and shed innocent blood, what are you really fighting for? Are you really fighting for good governance? Or are you bringing about chaotic leaders who will go in parliament and begin to amass a lot of wealth and embezzle our public funds, scandals left, right, and center, and then the following year, when we have a new election cycle, they come give us handouts, we re-elect them back, we go back to the same situation, whining and complaining, the economy is not working, inflation is so high. Think right away. And we're here to help one another. Let's begin a forum, a movement of young people. We say no to bad leadership. Be it from central Kenya to western Kenya to Luo Nyanza, we can join up as young people and do something great for this nation because we are a force to reckon with. My prayer is for Kenya, that we have peaceful election. We'll have men and women of integrity in public offices. If somebody has ever been named in a scandal, vote them out. If somebody has not performed to par, vote them out. It doesn't matter where they come from. It doesn't matter which political party they stand for. We want leaders that can stand accountable. And that is why I'm grateful that someone like Boniface Mwangi can stand up and say, vote for me, support my campaign. He's walking all over asking for votes. And I pray that Starehe will elect Boniface Mwangi for MP because we want accountable leaders. Leaders who will say, I am not going to bribe anybody. Vote for me as an individual. Thank you so much. See you next time. You can subscribe to my channel. You can hook me up on Facebook. We can discuss this issue. You can want to join my leadership forum. We discuss issues. We have debates. We tell people the reality. Subscribe and let's have a discussion on social media.